With the implementation of version 14.0, we've created a brand new add-on for generating a QR code that can be used as an image URL in the Form Builder or Report Builder. To get started, let's set up the QR code generator by creating an event handler for the web service called Event. Under the General tab of the new Event Handler dialog box, set Active to Yes and Sequence to 1. We also need a web service name, and for this configuration, we're going to name it /QR code. Next, we're going to define the name of WS query string parameter 1 as data, which is the parameter that's passed to the web service using a URL. Meanwhile, on the Actions tab, we're going to set up two actions. The first one is the Generate QR Code action. To configure the QR code data property, we're going to select Query String Parameter 1. Next, let's set up the image format, width, and height. The default for the format would be PNG. For this configuration, let's set the width and height to 300 pixels. The second action we need to create and configure is called Send Web Service Reply. To do so, let's define the HTTP code for this action as 200. For the HTTP reply property, we're going to select Image Data Binary, which will generate the QR code. Lastly, set the response encoding to binary. Now that we have set up our QR code generator, we can either generate a static or dynamic QR code. Let's first create a static QR code that allows users to be directed to Mint's website when this code is scanned. We're going to open a browser. Let's use Chrome, for example. Then add the following to the end of the URL address of your environment: services/mint/QR code ? Data equals. The entire address should look like this after this step. After the equals in the URL, input the action that should happen when this code is scanned. In our case, since we want users to be directed to Mint's website, let's put the URL of the website. The whole address should look like this. Your browser should now display a QR code. You've now successfully created a QR code that can be added to a form or report in Web Assistant. To do so, copy the URL you just created in your browser and paste it wherever an image URL can be defined. Now, let's create a dynamic QR code that will be incorporated into a report. For example, when a user scans this code, that resources page will be opened in Web Portal. Let's go to a resource in Web Portal to copy the resource URL minus the object key. Then, paste it behind the partial URL shown earlier. The URL should look like this. Let's open up the report we'd like to incorporate a QR code into in Web Assistant. We're going to add resource object key to the query and incorporate it into our expression. On the Design tab, add an image component, and on the Data section, paste the full QR code into the URL expression field. Now, when a user scans the QR code in the report, that resources page will open in Web Portal. For more information on this add-on, reach out to your Mint Customer Relationship Manager.